Viewer and subscribers, Speck TV. Today I'm going to talk about the reason why Anthony Brown and George Flash leave Jamaica in 1980. Now in 1976, People's National Party, PNP, was the government. Edward Ted Ogilvy at that time was the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Construction. Winston Dyer was the superintendent of work, with his office located at Tarrant. Tarrant was an area of Mullines Road where most government contract was dispatched. Okay, during the service of Winston Dyer, there was a contract that came to Tarrant to conduct a housing complex in the area of McGregor Gully. This contract was a multi-million-dollar contract. But on visiting the area, Winston Dyer realized this wasn't an easy task because of the youths that he have to deal with. So, on one of the visits to the area, Winston Dyer met with a man named Winston Reed, otherwise known as Bala. Well, Bala told Winston Dyer that him could control the youth, so he won't have any problem. And Winston Dyer agreed to that. Anyway, construction started and everything was going good. So Bala becomes Dyer right-hand man. As things goes by, Bala was the one who paid the workers. So he called himself Dyer Finance Minister. Anyway, in 6 weeks, it was discovered by Ted Ogilvy that $1.9 million was paid out for work that never done. In those days, $1.9 million in today's date would be like billions of dollars. So Ogilvy decided to audit the book to see what's going on. And realizing this, Dyer decided that Ogilvy was dead. In December of 1976, Ogilvy stopped all payment on the construction. So Dyer get more uncomfortable, meet with Bala and told Bala Ogilvy have to dead. Because of Ogilvy, no government money not flowing. But Bala told him he didn't want any part of that because Ogilvy is not no crebe. And if Ogilvy get killed, the police is going to investigate it and will find out who is the murderer. Even if it take 10 years, they will. Anyway, Dyer insisted. He goes as far as ask Bala to get some of his boys, because Bala was the leader of a gang in McGregor Gully at that time, to kill Ogilvy. Bala still refused the offer. Anyway, at some point, Bala arranged a meeting with Daya. Now the meeting took place at Daya's home. That was at Florida Drive in Independent City, St. Catherine. The meeting was between Anthony Brown, Vincent Reed, Vincent Daya, me too come, and a man called Froggy Garden. During the meeting, Daya mentioned again that Ogilvy was dead. That's when Vincent Reed walked out of the meeting and walked into the street. While in the street, Vincent Reed heard one of the men said to Daya, "It's okay, boss. We will take care of that. Leave Reed out of this. We will take care of that." Anyway, the meeting did not go for too long after. In 1977, the 16th of June, Ogilvy went home at Lydia Drive in Havendale, where he was living, to have lunch. In my opinion, it's like Ogilvy would go home during the day to have lunch. But after lunch and walk back to his car that was parked at his gate, two men rode up on a bike, and the one alighted from the bike and shot him twice in his head. And leaving the scene, they were confronted by two foot patrol officers, and a brief gun battle was ensued, but they made their escape. It was discovered that the two men was Anthony Brown and George Flash. Anyway, during the investigation, Daya was arrested. Yes! And Anthony Brown and George Flash also was arrested. In 1980, Anthony Brown and George Flash leave Jamaica to Cuba, and Daya was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment for inciting a murder and 6 years for accessory to murder. Daya appealed the conviction and was allowed bail. During the time of Daya being on bail, Daya was arrested again for fraud and forgery, which he was given 12 months on each counts. During the time, Anthony Brown and George Flash was in Cuba. One condition of Daya bail was that he reported to the Gregory Park police twice a week. But because of illness, he could not stick to the condition. Eventually, things get worse and he died from complication. In 1993, Anthony Brown and George Flash returned to Jamaica. They were subsequently arrested but were released, and the case was dumped because they could not find any evidence of the case nor any witness statement.